Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Anthony podcast. And today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Chad, for, from Villa, Villa4Ever podcast. How you doing today, Chad?
Oh, really well, thank you. It's a absolute pleasure to be on your show.
I appreciate that, mate. So, so before we start into your story, should you explain how we know each other?
Well, we know each other from Walter at school. I remember you really well.
Yeah, me too, mate.
You you was in my class.
Yes. So let me just get my notes up again.
That's fine.
1 second. My first question is, what is your disability and how does it affect you on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I have Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It is a debilitating muscle wasting disease, Anthony.
Yeah,
As you know, I was in your class.
yeah,
I'm 27 years old. I stopped walking when I was 9 years old, and it's a very cruel disease. It affects all of my muscles, Anthony.
yeah,
Over the years, the progression, it's affecting my arms, hands, and feet, respiratory, heart, lungs, and throat. Basically, anywhere there is a muscle. I am virtually paralysed, and I do have a lot of complex care needs. I require 24-hour care support, and also 24/7 ventilation. This is a crucial part of my care, because without a
yeah,
ventilator, I wouldn't be alive.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Uh, Years ago, young boys suddenly died in their early teens, which was my prognosis. But with good care and management, and I always have a strong positive mental attitude, which is very important. Young men are surpassing this, though.
good to hear.
Thank you. In my local community, twice a week I volunteer, and it's a very rewarding job, so I do. And it gives me a feeling, a sense of worth. I want to give back to my community.
That sounds great, mate. More people should have that attitude. To be honest,
I really appreciate that. But also, Anthony, I have a very busy social life. I'm very passionate about football. I've got into podcasts now. I go to cinema often as well. And what I like about it, I always have things to look forward to. It keeps me mentally motivated. This is very important as it's a good distraction from my condition.
so going back a little bit, you say you do volunteer work. What exactly do you do? If you don't mind me asking, are you
Uh,
open?
on Mondays, I do volunteer work at Planters Garden Centre. And what I do stop take,
Yeah,
and also I do meet and greet, handing out menus in the restaurants.
yeah,
And on Fridays, I volunteer at a community cafe, the Sacred Heart, and I organise quizzes and in the friendship group.
yeah. So, so my next question was, how did you get into football? That's the first part of my question.
Oh yeah, and can you scroll down for me? I just get some of the notes up. I have really good memories from when I first got into football. It all started when I was very young. I've been an Aston Villa supporter for over 22 years. But when I could understand more about it, it started when I was, from the very start, when I was a baby. Actually, it was my mother passed the passion of Aston Villa on to me. She used to watch them years ago when she was younger, and claret and blue has been the blood ever since.
So, so I, so I'm assuming that was the reason why you support Villa as well.
Yeah, that's a real big reason for that. And I've been into them ever since. Also, Auntie, I'll tell you an interesting story.
Yeah,
When I was a toddler,
yeah,
my dad's friend Steve bought me my first Aston Villa shirt, but unfortunately, he supports our arch enemy Blues,
and
which is a shame.
yeah.
So it's hard for him to go and do that. He's still got me that Villa shirt still.
That was nice of him, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll never forget it. It was really nice.
So, what was your first game that you went to live?
Oh, it's going back a little bit now. My first Aston Villa match was actually in November 2005. It wasn't really the best game. It was in the Premier League against Manchester City. I do remember it well to this very day. It was a defeat, 3-1. But I always remember Gavin McCann scoring a late consolation goal. But I remember we wasn't as good then. David O'Leary was the manager. Compared to what we are now with Unai Emery,
Yeah.
we wasn't very good back then.
it's it's not and day, isn't it?
No, it's back to the good times now.
So can you remember the result from that day?
Yes, it was 3-1. We lost.
Who who did I play against? Sorry.
It was Man City. It was before
Oh,
Man City was successful.
so uh, who did you go there with? If you don't mind me asking.
I think it was my mum and my mum's friend, I think. And it might have been one of the family members as well, I think.
Okay. So so so, so my next question is one that it's one that we've already spoken about, so I can skip over
Yeah.
that one. So my next one is uh, what? Hang on. What made you want to start a podcast?
Oh, yeah, you just scrolled that. Yeah, I'll answer that question. Well, I've always been enjoyed watching podcasts, especially Aston Villa podcast channels. But you know what? I thought one day, you know what? I think I can actually do one.
Yeah,
So what I thought as an idea, I combine my love and passion of Aston Villa at the same time to help create awareness about Duchenne conditioning. And it is very important to me. It's very close to my heart. But compared to the other Aston Villa podcasts, mine's different to the others as well compared to some of the other ones because I use the platform to raise awareness with the condition as well, which is a good thing.
yeah. So 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 my next question is, who has been your favourite guest so far?
Oh, that's a real tough question, Anthony. I mean, they've all been very good guests
Yeah,
because I've been doing this for 9 months, but I'll probably say Dan Bardell.
I,
And
s-
I think he's one of my favourites because I'm a huge fan of his podcast. And I've followed this guy for many years. Uh, he's one of my podcast idols. And he actually met me at volunteering.
yeah,
Like, he decided to meet me, very genuine guy as well. He's become a good friend of mine as well.
yeah. I did. I saw your chat with him, and it was a really good one. So yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. I really enjoyed the episode, Chad.
Because he's a big voice for the Villa fans.
Yeah,
Because he's the biggest Aston Villa podcaster.
yeah,
And also, I know what I forgot to mention.
yeah. Go
I
on.
enjoyed interviewing Aston Villa, well, ex-Aston Villa striker Gary Thompson. He's a
That
real, he's down to earth. He is.
that was your most recent interview, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, most recent. Yeah, he's a real nice guy.
Yeah. What? So 1 second. I just need to find where I am.
That's fine.
So how has your podcast helped with your communication? Communication.
Yeah, it's definitely improved my communication skill. I've always enjoyed like being a good talker, but I think since doing the podcast, talking to different people has improved that.
So what's one thing you've learned from doing from from having your podcast?
Well, I've learned a lot from the technology side of things, which I'm really fascinated about. But I've like including better technology because I found out how to get like microphone filter stands. And also, I've been using StreamYard, which is a real good platform. And also, I distribute my podcasts on different platforms, so I learned how to get it on audio as well as YouTube. And I found out different ways how to advertise the podcast.
I might I might have to take a couple of your tips then
Yeah,
tips,
I,
mate.
I, I definitely recommend it. Yeah. And wait, I didn't realise though with the podcast that a lot of work goes into it.
Yeah,
You don't realise.
a lot a lot of a lot of a lot for people that haven't done a podcast, sometimes they can take it for granted how
They
much
do.
work goes into it. Just setting up a standard interview or just recording a solo episode. So, uh, so should I move on to the next question?
Yeah.
So, and 1 second, I'm just trying to find where I am on my
Yeah.
phone.
No problem.
So, so my next question is, where do you think you can improve as a podcaster?
That is a hard question. But I think the ways I could improve that, I'll try to use less notes when speaking. I want to do more ad lib because I am a very confident speaker. So I want to do more of that. Also, I want to try and aim higher. I try and get, or not to get a footballer on a podcast, or like a big name celebrity in the
What?
future.
1 second, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that last bit, mate. Sorry, can you say
Oh yeah,
that?
yeah. I'll say it again. I wanted to aim higher. I wanted to get a footballer on the podcast.
So do you, are you specifically talking about like Premier League, or are you just speaking about a footballer period, any level?
Probably Premier League. I want to get a current Aston Villa player.
Well, if you keep working at it, mate, I, 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 I think you'll get there eventually.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing. It'd be an absolute dream, that will, definitely.
Yeah. So, so, so what are your goals with the podcast? I think we've already mentioned this earlier, but have you got any specific goals? Like, you want to do a specific number? Do you want to do
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
I'll tell you a few. Think you scroll down a bit. And then the other one. That's it. About goal. That's it. Yeah. Well, I want to create a lot more awareness about the condition with the podcast because I think it's important because
Yeah,
not enough people are aware about it. So I'm going to use the podcast. That'll be a goal for me to keep spreading as much awareness as I can, and hopefully making more funding into research and maybe future treatments as well. So that's my big goal, to do that as well. And I'd like to get 1,000 subscribers. That'll be my target.
and would you like to be would you like your podcast to be your career one day?
Well, realistically, maybe a part-time career, but it probably is difficult with the condition around the clock care. It's hard to fit in the routine, but if not, though, I could use the podcast. I can have my own sponsors
Yeah,
and maybe advertisements. I could get paid for doing the podcast.
yeah,
I could do it that way.
yeah. That sounds like a great idea, mate. So, so, would you say that the podcast has helped your confidence just period?
I think it's really boosted my confidence. I think since the podcast, it's given me a new lease of life. So, that 100%.
So, so while I got you on here, what did you think of yesterday game?
I thought it was absolutely incredible experience because I went. It's my first European game.
Oh yeah, because I imagine like back in like '09, '10, you might have been a bit too young to go to the European game, not
Yeah, because even though I did watch it, but I only watched it on TV. I was too young to appreciate it.
yeah,
But that John McGinn, he scored a 95th minute winner.
yeah.
I was
Did
actually I was out the stadium when it happened.
yeah. So do you mind if I ask where you sit like? Do you sit like on the camera side or where do you sit?
I see. You know where the tunnel is?
Yeah.
I sit above it, but to the left of it slightly.
So next time they're a home game and not on TV, I'll have to look out for you.
You have to look out for me, yeah. But I thought last night though it was a tough game, but we didn't give up. We kept going to the very end.
Luckily the group is all even up pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah. And also, the Zawinski Mostar fans, they were brilliant, they were. The away fans were absolutely magnificent.
Like what? How did the atmosphere compare to a European game to a Premier League game? Was it better? Was it worse? Or was it about the same?
I'll pretty much say it's better because it's a night-time game, but you get a better atmosphere with European games because you've got the other fans chanting different languages, and it just makes it feel like the feel better.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine European nights must be electric.
And we're waiting for a long time. The last time before it was in Europe was 13 years ago, so it's worth the wait.
Yeah. So so to end the episode, I want to give you the floor, and you can promote your podcast or whatever else that you want to promote.
Yeah. So get on to that.
So to end the episode, I'm going to give you the floor, and you can promote whatever you want. You can promote your podcast or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, you can find me. It's the Villa4Ever podcast. You can find me almost anywhere. I'm on YouTube, so please subscribe. Also, I'm on all audio platforms: Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, and I do live streams with special guests. So please subscribe.
But so so this so as we're recording this, it's Friday. So by the time this goes out, we have any content surrounding the weekend match.
Well, my next bit, I'm doing a post-match analysis about the Wolves game, Thursday the 12th of October, 7 p.m. It's called the International Break Podcast.
So make sure you check that out,
So
everyone.
tune in, please. Yeah.
So have you got any other social media for the actual podcast?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and X as well.
Where what do people have to type in to find you on
So
Instagram?
okay, so it's Villa
But
forever number 4
yeah,
ever, then space podcast.
yeah. So make sure you go and follow everyone if you enjoy football. And thank you for coming on, Chad. I really do appreciate it.
No
Mate.
problem. I really enjoyed being on this show. It's been great.
I appreciate that, mate. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're listening to this on audio platform, give it 5 stars or share it. And thank you for the support. And I will speak to you soon. See you in a bit.
Yeah, see you soon. You did a great job, Anthony, with your podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.